So it's booted, good. His laptop. What do we got coming up here? Jove, we were talking at the TechArb Open House about the event that, no? All right. I like rain. It's a nice rainy day. Oh, he's on. Okay. So, TAN is the 4th EMR vendor and the 2nd mental health EMR vendor to grace this venue. Let's give it up for MentalNote.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity. My name is Thanh Tran. I'm representing HET Medical Solutions. It's a company that's been out for 3 years. Our software product is called MentalNote Online. It's an electronic medical record system for the behavioral health industry. If you've heard anything about electronic medical records, basically EMRs, the federal government is offering basically incentives as well as penalizing the healthcare providers if they don't adopt an EMR by the end of 2015. And because of that, there's a lot of challenges that these physicians have. We believe MentalNote Online has a solution, especially in the behavioral health space. One of the issues that all these 350 EMRs out there in the market we now have is that they're not truly offline capable. What that means is that in our space, psychiatrists and psychologists goes to these areas, let's say nursing homes and group homes, to offer site services. This is a lot of their jobs and a lot of their revenue come from it. If they don't have internet access or Wi-Fi access, they're pretty much out of luck. A lot of these traditional EMRs, they're basically web-based, so they're only as secure and as fast as the web browser. We also have, there's less than half a dozen EMRs out there that focus on psychiatry. And because of that, they don't, even those 6 EMRs out there that do focus on it, they don't even cater to all the direct caregivers. So because we're fully concentrated in the behavioral health industry, we're able to offer not only to our psychiatrists and psychologists, but also to other behavioral health professionals to access the data as well as documents if the user wants them to. In regard to simple documentation, if you talk to any physician who have adopted or implemented an EMR in the last 3 years, they can tell you it's very complex, not only for implementation, but also for the learning curve. Using a proven model that we have, once they sign up for a subscription, they can download our application and be able to use it right off the gate. Basically, with the way they input the data is using voice recognition, check the box, or drop-down menu, so it will be without writing or typing. At the very end, they're going to get a very clear and full sense documentation as progress note. In addition, our user will want to use it every single day, besides being have to use it like the hospitals require that the physicians using it. The last 2 bullets were basically is what's going to make us a leader in the EHR market. In addition, it will allow us to become have a longevity in the marketplace. We believe that consumer wants access to their documentation. We're empowering our physicians to allow their consumers and patients to access their documentations if they wish. In addition to that, data mining, we are in a research market due to the fact that we are built with a data collection model. So moving online allows our research company that we're working now and in the future to collect data to help populate a lot of the mental illness information that is helping these research companies. This is where we are right now. We have a product called MentalNote Standalone. It's an electronic document management software, and we have, once our user purchases it, they download the application and they manage the database. We have 117 customers in 3 countries, US, Australia, and Canada. Basically, we have over 500 newsletter subscribers, but what we want to do is move into the future with MentalNote Online. This online version will allow true online, offline capability, unlike any other EMRs out there. In addition, because we're using the cloud network, we're able to have the psychiatrists and psychologists, once they get into an area where they have internet Wi-Fi access, they'll be able to synchronize with our server and database without ever needing to do so manually. It will be secure, meeting HIPAA compliance and federal guidelines, and because of meeting federal guidelines, our user will get the stimulus reimbursements that they deserve when it comes to implementing an EMR. And basically the last 2 bullets I point out basically will lead us to become a leader in the EMR as well as keep us in the marketplace. The market is a $1.3 billion market. It will include psychiatrists, psychologists, nurse practitioners, and physician assistants. These are our target. Our business model includes a monthly subscription fee because we manage the database for them, and in the private practice, which is 83% of our target, we will offer enterprise licensing to large accounts such as institutions and research agencies, which is the other 17%. We'll also offer solutions to the iPhones, iPads, smartphones, and we will continue our service to customize templates and rating scales that works with our MentalNote product. Here's a milestone. This year we're looking for $600,000 to develop, support, and pilot our MentalNote Online. We'll launch it to the public in January 2nd of 2011, and we'll market it at conferences. We'll have a sales force. And by 2015, we'll have a cumulative revenue of $24 million.
Thanh Tran, MentalNote. I'll kick it off for us.
So does this, will this be able to integrate with insurance companies? Because obviously all these medical companies, they want to get paid.
If you want to get paid,
I'm going to give you a dollar. That's a great question.
The bill is the electronic medical record part, and you have to meet 25 bullet points of the federal guideline criteria, which is not fully complete yet. But billing system is not part of it. But it should, if you follow protocol by the federal government, which is the HL7 protocol, every system should integrate together, so you only have to input the information once.
Okay, so
Right here.
What kind of issues are you going to run into with HIPAA regulations and Privacy Act?
No, if you meet the criteria of the federal guidelines, which is the 25 points I just mentioned, you shouldn't be hit with any HIPAA compliance because HIPAA is part of that, one of the bullets basically, and being able to be secure as well, encrypted.
Sounds like that your primary customer is the direct healthcare professional, but your competitive advantage is in data mining. Are direct healthcare professionals concentrating on data mining?
Basically, there are two extra points, but data mining is one of the things that they're not focusing on because when MentalNote was developed on a FileMaker, the FileMaker database platform. So basically, we were actually using the data collection model. So bringing that aboard, we're currently working with research companies right now. We're just taking that at the next step. It's because the EMR market has grown, it's a lot bigger than the research market. We just evolved into the EMR. But the research mining, data mining has been always part of MentalNote, and we believe that will separate us from the other EMR companies.
Of the four market segments, what percentage do you estimate will allow their patients to access the database? Which one of those four categories is most likely to allow that?
The retail strategy, the retail side. Because these are the private practice that normally the small practice group of 1 to 5 psychiatrists in a group, that they have patients coming through there, and as they come out or go back home, if they give them access, basically it's going to be hosted by us, so they'll be able to have access to it. That's the retail side.
In the back, then it.
What's your marketing strategy?
Our marketing strategy is regarding the conferences. We got a sales force that would target the larger accounts, which is the 17%, which would take care of the larger accounts. We have site conferences. We'll also advertise online as well as on our newsletter. We have a following, and using Google AdWords as well as the social networking site. We have, and the sales force is the most important group of ours. I don't care what business you're in. I think that if anyone's going to make money, it's the sales force.
Is the $600,000 that you're seeking, is that A-round financing, or does that get you through to the 2015 goal?
It is actually actually a good question. First round, basically $600,000 will incorporate a lot of the development costs. And what happens with that $600,000 will be launching it and supporting it. But basically, we're looking at next year, a second round will be less than 600, will be half of that, 300, to keep the support going.
And what ownership are you providing for $600,000?
Basically, we're giving up to 20% in equity and matching up to, I think it's 6 to 10% return annually in the investment, starting in 2011.
I think I just heard a good one. All right. Can you raise money and still use the word data mining?
And we raise money.
Yeah, I see a conflict here. You're collecting mental health records, and then you're doing data mining on it.
I'm sorry,
There's no risk here?
There's no. Let's say a research company has signed a subscription with us, and they want to be able to collect data from the clinician. I'll give you one example quickly. Basically, we have a research company out in Colorado. They basically use our software. They have 32 sites globally that use their patented therapy. Basically, they collect data from those 32
So
sites.
they're requiring their docs to use your software.
Exactly. So in other words, if the doc wants to be part of that, using that therapy, they have to require to have data pulled from their site. That's a market that's not been touched, and that's a market that will help us keep the longevity of the marketplace.
There may be a reason why it's not been
research.
touched. Yeah.
It's going to be dynamite to demo on an iPad. How long till your app comes out?
I have my iPad there. I can demo it for you, but I only have 5 minutes. And it was meant
10 seconds. Hurry.
How fast can I get out and show meaningful use to get my license done?
Well, anybody who's going to think that they can show meaningful use instantly, I don't think it's fair because the federal government hasn't highlighted all 25 points. But it should be able to, if you meet all 25 criteria, we will help you as part of our guarantee to our users.
Thanh Tran, MentalNote. So Doug and I have an expression. They're not called competitors, they're called validators. Are we? All right. Now, I always step back a little bit from Mark Shalinsky because he trained in mixed martial arts, those cage matches where people beat each other. And I think he's a really scary guy, but he's nice and he's got a PhD and some very cool technology that is about to appear on our screen. Don't touch that. Just do that. All right. Now do what the other guy did. Open up displays, the control panel, and then click detect. How does he do it? That's what I'm talking about. Mark Shalinsky, Jove. Or Jove.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm a scientist. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot of problems with being a scientist, particularly in the daily life of a scientist, or in any job where you have to have technical skills. You gotta learn your technical skills, it costs money, you gotta find the local guru, you gotta take their time, and trust me, I broke a lot of stuff in the lab. I used a lot of reagent kits, and it was painful, and I really needed a lot of help. It's a big expense. The solution, movable 17th century movable type. You find an expert, you have them write down exactly what they did, they hand it over to the scientific community, the scientific community reviews it, and it gets published. This is the scientific method. And it's remained relatively unchanged for 400 years. You know what I'm going to say next. Until now. I'm introducing you to the Journal of Visualized Experiments, Jove. Jove is the first and only video format PubMed indexed journal. I can continue talking, but I'm going to show you. Jove is a way you can watch an expert do their research in their lab from anywhere in the world, using their own hands, and usually in their own voice. Sometimes we use voiceovers. So this is actually supposed to have some audio here.
Probably not plugged in.
Yeah, we're plugged in. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
This is,
The demo.
yeah, it's where else in the world can you actually watch the expert do his research in his lab 40,000 times and never get tired? On Jove, obviously. So this is actually bleeding of a horseshoe crab, which has a lot of validity in looking at gram-positive and gram-negative staining. One of the interesting things, horseshoe crab, the blood isn't red. So there it is, in a nutshell, Jove, a way to present scientific methods and techniques by the experts 24/7 online. So why is this Why is this great? Well, it takes a scientist to write a science paper. It takes a scientist to read a science paper. My 3-year-old can watch a video. We have over 600 video articles already published from prestigious labs all over the world. Our goal is to get every single scientific technique and methodology online so everybody can watch these scientific experiments. Typically, each video article gets viewed over 10,000 times from scientists annually. And we got all the cool stuff, from microfluidics, robotic surgical techniques, and microscopy. It's one thing to talk about it, but who's actually watching it? Here's some web analytics of Jove. We started in 2006. Our goal was to become a PubMed index. That's where the scientific community actually values and looks it's a credible source of scientific research. They demanded that we add print protocols. This is actually beneficial to us. Every single Jove video article has a dense print protocol. This allows the video to be searchable by search engines. 1/3 of our traffic is coming from these search engines. We're acceptance to PubMed. Now, if you have a technology, a technique, a method, and no one knows about it, and they've never heard of Jove, but they know a couple of keywords, they know a couple of key opinion leaders, they will find you in PubMed. Now, we publish 1 video article every business day. This means we have more content and more relevance to more people. So let's look at a video article page. A couple of key points. We have an easy search engine. If you have key terms, you can put them in. If we don't have that video article, let us know. Video, front and center. Full text protocol, makes it searchable. Chapter, you can watch it in its entirety, or you can skip to the part that you want to watch most. Transparent metrics, so everybody knows you can see the popular science. A comment section, you can ask the lead scientist questions, and no advertisements. Just science. Take-home message. A Jove video article increases transparency, awareness, understanding, replication, and credibility, while concurrently decreasing the need for technical support, demos, training time, and lowers your barrier to entry new science.
Mark Shalinsky, Jove. We're already queuing up for questions. Kyle?
A nonprofit? How do you make money?
We have our business models. We have 3 avenues for revenue. We have we charge for publication, similar to many other print journals. However, academics cannot afford what it costs for us to produce one of these videos. So we're closed access, and we allow for library subscriptions. And our third revenue is because we're video, we actually have a lot of companies represented. So we give them the option to sponsor video articles. We also go to companies and we tell them, you got really cool technology. Would you be interested in publishing with us?
Mary, did Kyle steal your question?
How do you verify that the videos are accurate?
We shoot all of our videos. So the process is a scientist will give us a print protocol. It goes through an editorial review. Once that's accepted, we send a videographer into the lab. Scientists can also submit their video to us. That has to come with a print protocol. Once it gets accepted, once we receive it, we send it out for blind peer review.
Right here, and then Mary.
Yeah, are you sourcing local videographers, or do you have your own team that you actually send out to these different locations?
We have a global videographer network. We have 50 videographers across the US and Canada. We have 2 in the UK, 3 in Europe, 1 in Australia, 2 in Japan, and 1 in Uppsala, Sweden.
You got it. All right, what'd you pay for the domain?
I'll have to ask our CTO.
Okay, it's a nice domain.
Do you edit?
Yes, so we handle all of the production, because very rarely does an academic lab or even company have the ability to shoot the high-end video and edit it on their own. We also do professional voiceover, and we can do foreign language translations.
Of the transcript of the video?
We can do voiceover, and we can also do transcript.
Yeah.
How many papers are in the market every day? So if you're producing an article a day, how big is that market? What would you have to scale to reach the entire market?
We're scaling on a daily basis. When I joined with Jove, we had about 50 video articles, and we were publishing about six a month. Now we're 1 every business day, and just look at the university. Like, you have the biology department, the chemistry department, the biomedical engineering department, the engineering department. We're actually shooting a video at North Campus on Thursday. And that's just one university. Now, and then you just go out a little bit further. You got University of Michigan, you got Eastern Michigan. There's
Given the different journals that are out there, do you know how many articles?
How many articles are printed every day?
Or what's the equivalent? Yeah.
I do not know how many articles are published every day. The aspect that we occupy that's unique is we're niche. So we're a methods journal. It's the low-hanging fruit. Eventually we want to publish data results,
sure.
But we're methods. And we're the only methods journal that actually publishes video.
If any of the other distribution systems came to you, either print via their web operations or videos, say like Nova, and asked for your data, would you be inclined to provide it? Would you sell it? What would happen if one of the other distributor competitors would like a piece of you?
We actually have strategic alliances with other science print journals.
That was the right way to say it, I'm sorry.
So we work with Springer. We recently published an article in collaboration with Science and several others. The key point is they realize that we have the cookie cutter system where we can produce videos at a very rapid rate and get it through the system very rapidly, so they come to us to publish video articles.
Does that produce money for you all?
Yes, we have them cover costs.
I was thinking more along the lines of ProQuest, who also have those library contracts that are one of your revenue streams. Is that an exit?
Well, we do have library subscriptions so that they can subscribe to our closed accessed articles. I'm not sure if that answered.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Dave?
How much does it cost for someone to make a video? So I mean, it's like, I don't know, 10 minutes long and needs a voiceover and all bells and whistles.
So if you're an academic coming to us for a closed access video article, $2,400.
Like that one into your grant, buddy. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's give it up for Mark Shalinsky. Don't Google those.